I'm very pleased to be here on My Magical Thing with Angela Puca, academic and university lecturer whose research focuses on magic, witchcraft, paganism, esotericism, shamanism, and related currents. Host, of course, of the excellent Angela's Symposium on YouTube. Angela, it's lovely to have you here.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Julian.
You're very welcome, my friend. So, Angela, the time's come. Please may we see your magical thing?
Can I reveal it?
Please do. Please do.
Here it is.
Ah, one of
What
those.
is that?
Pray tell us the story of magical object.
So, as part of my PhD, so I'm based in the UK, but I'm Italian, if you couldn't tell by my accent. And my PhD was on Italian witchcraft and shamanism. And in fact, I published a book on it, which is based on my PhD. And and this is a magical object from Italian witchcraft. It is something that is particularly common in the south. I come from Napoli, Naples in English, and this is meant to ward off the evil eye. And it's made of ceramic. And according to the tradition, you have to have this gifted as opposed to buying it yourself. And then you carry it on you, and it's going to protect you. And given that it's made of fragile material, then when it breaks, it means that it has protected you from the evil eye, that somebody or something, was going to happen to you. I mean, somebody was sort of casting the evil eye on you, even just by envying you, or that something was bad was going to happen to you, and this protected you. So when it breaks, you have to replace it. That's the tradition of the magical item. So yeah, this comes from Naples, and I brought it with me. So it hasn't broken yet. So hopefully people are not trying to to cast the evil eye on me.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. Could you, given your specialist subject, could you tell us a little bit more about the history of this object, about this class of objects from Italian witchcraft?
So it's difficult. It's always difficult to trace the history of elements from folklore and Italian witchcraft because we don't have a lot of recording, and some of the things that I have found are more speculations than they are historical. So I can tell you more about the contemporary aspects because that's what I study the most rather than the historical side. But yeah, it is definitely an object that you will find all over Naples. And if you walk through the historical center, you will find that lots and lots of people sell this item. And it kind of reminds me of where I come from. So it's besides being a magical item, I suppose that in my case it's also something that helps me feel more rooted, given that now I don't live in the country that I was born in.
So that I can see that that's really powerful to have this talismanic object which links you to your homeland while you're here in the British Isles doing all your research and all your work. How long have you had this particular one, did you say?
I've had this one for 2, 3 years. And another funny thing is that I've put it on my book. So I've designed the cover of my book, and this is exactly this one. I just photographed it, and then I sort of removed the background and I've put it in the design for my book. So I thought that my own, charm would be also on the book.
Maybe this is evidence of its magical protective effect. Now it's been enshrined on the cover of a book and cannot, at least its image, be broken. So,
Yes, exactly. That's a good point.
oh,
And also it makes me think, does it mean that the book has become a magical object as a consequence of putting this on the cover? You tell me.
quite possibly so, quite possibly so. Angela, thank you so much for taking the time to share with us your magical thing. That's really, really appreciated, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me.
You're very welcome.